Hey, welcome back, folks. Roth here. Alright, so we got the GameCube hooked up. Right now we're in the GameCube menu, and I'm going to try and adjust the correct date because my internal clock for the GameCube no longer operates properly, so let's have the cam open here. Hello, welcome back. Sorry it took a bit. Tried to hop on as soon as I could. But yeah, swapping things out and then, putting other pieces of hardware onto the desk does take a little bit of time, and also trying to find all the things, connect the right cable and all that. So I had to use the, since we are doing like the older piece of hardware, it requires, different set of cables to connect and capture properly. So let's set the calendar and date and time. Apparently last time we played this or booted up was back in February, early this year. I'm trying to remember what I played. Oh, it must have been Zelda, because I do have Zelda disc in the GameCube. So today is now 2 months after, and it's the 24th of April. Time, I'm not sure what. If only they'd allow for 12-hour timing, but I think this is almost correct. We actually hopped on a little late, so it's like about a little past 11. So about 11:21, I think. Let's go back, and we're gonna load up the GameCube. Got our discs. This is my GameCube disc wallet, just in case folks hadn't seen it. We're now in 2025, and I think the last time we broadcasted Mario Kart Double Dash was back in 2023 when I brought back the GameCube. I think one of the first games I broadcasted with the GameCube was Mario Kart Double Dash, and there's definitely good reason to. Actually, I want to put this in the actual case. Let's load up Mario Kart Double Dash. Make sure that goes in. Wind them up. It's the actual game case over there. And a game case for Zelda. Four Swords Adventures. We'll definitely have to get back to Four Swords Adventures someday. Possibly in the summertime, I'm not sure. Or whenever I feel like I want to, boot up the GameCube again. But, yeah. Four Swords Adventures. Hopefully someday they actually would put this up for the GameCube app for the Switch 2, since this segueing into the reason why we're hopping onto GameCube tonight. One of the ideas that I had was that, oh yeah, what if they release more multiplayer games for the GameCube app, Switch 2? And today being the day to set your pre-orders for Switch 2, I went for the Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle, and what better way to celebrate that by playing one of the first Mario Kart bundles. That was the GameCube Mario Kart bundle, Double Dash. So we're doing Double Dash. Press start, and Mario Kart races onto the Nintendo GameCube. 2 riders and twice the thrills. There we go. I always like to show like the little excerpt there when loading up the disc and stuff. Once in a while, I mean, I guess, it's good to show it. But then other times, just have it set at the start screen is fine too. And hopefully the audio for the game is kind of just fine. I may have to turn up the volume for myself so I can get the audio going. But yeah! Oh, there's that course. I forgot what the course is called, where it has the bridges and stuff. That's been brought over to like 7. I think also on a DS, I'm not sure. It's been a long while. I know it's on one of the handheld games, but that one with the bridge, there's like a big pipe you can shortcut out of, which I don't recall there being the shortcut in the GameCube version. There may be, but this is why we're back onto Double Dash version, so that we can refresh our memories and find out. Also, let me see, change the background a bit. I sort of themed it after the NSO or Switch Online app for some of the the retro games. So NES, Super Nintendo, and stuff like that for Switch Online. they would have these I'm not sure what these kind of patterns are called, like a sort of half-tone-ish pattern. So what I've been doing is that when I bring back some of the older systems, like the GameCube, N64, I would have, or even the Wii. Actually, not so much the Wii, because the Wii was in widescreen 16:9. But for any of the ones that have, like, 4:3 ratio, would have this sort of background. So I sort of theme it after how Nintendo does it, and kind of want to add, like, sort of race flags on the side there, just to indicate, oh yeah, we're playing a racing game. So let's start this. We can also check out our own records. Probably not much to see, but yeah, there's my timing. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the usernames again. Each time I come back to check the records, but of course, my names would be the one that is my initials, RS, and then a dots. I think when I brought it back in 2023, I think I changed it to RSX as the naming. So there we have it there. Star Cup. So let me see, Mushroom Cup, Flower Cup, Star Cup. You can see my names there. Max is my cousin, and I don't know who the other guy is. I forgot who the other guy is. Could be my friend, or I don't know. Okay, yeah. That was not me. It was someone else. That's someone else. I don't know who that was. It might have been my friend Steve, but I'll have to, like, call him up and ask if it was him or not. But it must have been a long time ago when I let him borrow my GameCube. Because we would just hang out over the weekends, and yeah, I would bring my GameCube and my Wii over, and we'd just play games. But yeah, let's go. I think we'll do one player, of course. I'm the only one here. I think I don't know, I kind of want to start off with just like 50cc, just to chill and talk about the Switch 2 and stuff. I normally go to the Koopa brothers, or I call them brothers, but the Koopas, the Koopas. I think back in the day, my go-to combo is this guy and this guy. I'm not sure if it matters who I pick first. Oh, I noticed the font style used for the character names. Remind me of something else. There was another game that sort of used a similar looking font style. Okay, so I think the order of the character selection might also determine who gets to go on the back side. So it looks like whoever I pick last has the wheel, so they're the one driving, and then the one who I pick first would be the one on the back. So kind of like using Bowser Jr.'s shell, like we toss like a giant shell at opponents. So these were my two combos, and then with the Paratroopa and or the regular Koopa Troopa, they would have like the green shells, triple green shells, and or triple reds. So that's what the Paratroopa would have, I think, if I recall. So, and from here we can just change, select whichever card. So this is something that was simplified, but was also excitingly new at the time when Double Dash came out, because we would choose our character, but that specific character back on the N64 and the Super Nintendo, Super Mario Kart would have just the character selection and only that. This was like the first time we get to actually choose whichever cards. There were more card variations to select from. So there's the standard one. Acceleration goes up, and then you notice like the stats meter would also change there. Let's see, so oh, there's the gold card. You get the gold card when you complete like All-Star Cup or something like that, or all of the cups, doing all the cups, and then eventually you get this the gold trophy carts that you get that you see at the reward ceremony. There's all the baby carts, or how do you call it? The carriage one. This one has a lot of speed, or acceleration, I should say. Used to use this one a lot. Man, I'm not sure which one I want to go for. We go for standard. You can also just like, you know, show off the gold card. Acceleration not great, but speed. Let's go gold. I think we'll just go through each of the cups. So maybe do all cup tour and take it easy. I also need to put on the GameCube hat as well. Hurry, here we go. So let's get this one here. Beep 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 beep. Guess I must have pressed it early. Beep 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 beep. Oh man, the turns on this one is like. Ooh. Goes to red. I forgot that you cannot jump in double dash. I mean, that's nothing to forget, but man, sometimes when you come back to certain entry, it just instantly slaps you in the face. There's the big shell. There you go, triple shells. Gotta use the mushroom first. I'm trying to figure out what the oh, so it's a Z button to swap character. This is a neat mechanic where if you want to use certain items first in the order that you want, you gotta swap the character. And then they allow you to do that. They do allow you to do that with the Z button. Oh, and I'm trying to dodge that banana. You see how what I have to do to try and dodge that. But I don't really need look back, can you? You can't look back. Oh! Maybe I should have oh, we're down to like one shell each, huh? They would just like drift all the way out. Back in the day when we used to like the old-fashioned way of like drifting is to you know, tilt the stick left and right. Oh, so you just cannot jump in this one. You can't perform shortcuts. The style of shortcuts that we used to do. Let's get myself acquainted here. Gotta have this thing. Bum bum ba boom. Alright. Oh, the Nintendo website, I think it's like May 6th is the invitation for Switch 2, I think. So, there's I recall. Then retailers were today. Yeah. Next course. Actually, I kind of want to see how the replay look like. Whether or not they do like, oh yeah, there's like different camera angles. I see. Meanwhile, I'm gonna check the audio there. Yeah, I think Double Dash could be. There you go. I think about that much right there. A few decibels down. Alright, double checking. Check super. notify you that we're going live. We are live. Some retro Kart. There's also New Kids on the Block Day, by the way. New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. It's the right stuff. Alright. Next course. Interesting, you can view the replay from the start. I mean, when you start the replay again. Let's see. Did we press it at the wrong time again? I noticed the P-wing on the truck there. Man, the turning on this car is not how I imagined. The brothers were there. Wait, can we not hold the banana? Let's let me try up here. Oh, I wanted to go up there. The turning on this this car is a little bit strange. Coming back to this. Yeah, this is the course that I was talking about. What is this called again? I didn't catch the name of this one. But yeah, oh yeah. Also, we could go into a giant pipe there. We gotta go somewhere down under the bridge or something like that. And I think. Oh, you can also bump into that mushroom cart to pop out like a single mushroom. It's pretty neat. Can we shoot this back? We can shoot it back. Oh, I just hit someone. Whee! See, I love that giant spiky shell there. Oh, it even hits the buses. Okay, so this is how this side looks like. It's a boat under there, pink. Oh, I saw the shell. Yeah, I'm not sure about this card setup, but we'll live with it. There's the path down there. Oh, you can also go off to the this side there. There's another alternate path. Should bounce backward instead. Oh, is that a? Let's call it the Wiggler. Yeah, I'm not sure gonna attempt going up there again. What am I doing? Boop. Oh man, the turning on this car is just, I don't know. I think it's more better fit for like the higher CC speeds than 50cc speed. I think 50cc speed, I could probably go for a different cart. Alright, let me adjust the okay, real quick. Next. Ant Mage, hello. Coconut Mall is not on this one, but this one has the Daisy Cruise Double Dash. Bought this game back in 2002. 2002. I'm trying to think. Yeah, just towards the end of 2002. When they had the GameCube bundle with this game for $99. Bought it with my own money. I was waiting for a really good deal for GameCube back then. The Coconut Mall you're talking about is from the Wii. We featured that, I think, last week. I noticed the some difference in the design for this course, and this is how it originally looked like. Oh yeah, I forgot about the buoys. the buoys would be there, and then I guess racers could hit the buoys. Gosh, bananas! So apparently we cannot fall into the water here, or else we'll be saved by Lakitu. I'm so used to later iterations that when we come back to the original one, you know, where the water is a hazard rather than you know, a place we can actually dive into. So I guess as later iterations, you know, would appear, they would make it a lot more easier. I mean, by easier I mean like, you know, more convenient, more I don't know, less of a hassle or something. More user-friendly, I think, is the right term. Ooh, was not prepared for the block. Was prepared for the attack, but not the block. New kids on the block. There you go. It's New Kids on the Block Day, by the way. I would ask folks what their favorite New Kids on the Block song is, but I'm sure there's not enough older folks who would know what that is. I feel like there's a lot more younger folks who would view these videos than there is like my age. You gotta be an 80s kid to know what New Kids on the Block is. Because they had a bunch of hits. Although I'm not sure if I'm in favor of the next line for that song. Ooh, I love that shell down. Love it. Wish they would somehow bring it back. Favorite track? I don't know. There's just so many good ones. I can't pick a favorite. But just play them and enjoy them. I enjoy all the tracks. Good or bad. They're all fine. Even this one. Hey there, Pine. Welcome back. Aiming to snag Switch 2 pre-order? Yeah, I got one this morning. Picked it up. I went to my local GameStop, and I was able to, you know, wait in line properly, and yeah, smooth transition. You know, no need for crashing websites. You know, there's no need to wait for virtual lines on a website, and then not getting in to click the checkout or anything. It's the old-fashioned way of just waiting in line and properly getting a, you know, chance of grabbing one. So yeah, all set. Just waiting for the system. Got my receipt. Also, if you have one as well, if you were able to secure one, let me know. So I'm excited to get the system on day one and start some racing. I'll likely be playing it throughout the week, I think, on release. Like day after day throughout that week, just exploring the world of Mario Kart World. And because there's gonna be a lot of hidden stuff to find. Yeah, congrats. Congrats to all who has got you know, hold up a pre-order, because I know it's like tough to find. I think you have a better chance of getting it in store. I'm sure about now though, but like around noontime, all around the, you know, the States, it was probably the best time to go around noontime, when, you know, when the stores are open and stuff. But Mario Kart World, once it arrives, we'll just explore all there is to explore, and I'm just gonna ride that game all the way throughout the year, or the rest of the year, I should say. And I'm not sure if I want to pick up anything else. I think I mean, Donkey Kong looks great, Bonanza looks great. I think there's just need to be more content, I think, seen first. Although I'm not sure if I want to get it at launch, because games are gonna be expensive. Kirby Air Ride, pretty excited for that as well. Prime 4. I think Prime 4 would likely be played on Switch 2 rather than Switch 1. So yeah, I think those are the four big titles, I think, for me. And then I guess GameCube games on the Switch 2, that's something that I'll be looking forward to. Being able to play online with Mario Kart Double Dash, I think it's something to be enjoyed. Because we never got to play LAN Party. No, actually, I kind of did. I kind of did play LAN. It's a local video game competition. Keep on hitting these big blocks here. And it was that one time I even brought my own controller, my own Wavebird controller to that competition. It was held by our college at the time. It was a long time ago. I even brought my own controller just to play. And yeah, it was just a friendly, competitive event. So they had like Halo, they had a whole bunch of other systems and games at the time. Fighting games, there's like a Worms one. I think that the folks that were running it, they were playing Worms on their PC. But it was like a group of friends that were participating in it. And I just happened to be more interested into the Mario Kart competition. And just being able to play with like folks around town, locally. New faces, and also familiar faces. It's back like during high school era. So I was still in high school. But yeah, it was like roughly around high school, I think. I don't remember exactly which year it was. But it must have been senior year, I think. So 2003-ish, if I recall. Yeah, it was like, somewhere around there. But yeah, that was a fun time. I was gonna mention. There's Waluigi Pinball on DS. Least favorite is Cheese Land. Yeah, pinball is a great one. Been meaning to maybe also bring back Mario Kart DS as well. The missions mode is alright. Like some of the later missions were pretty fun, like the boss fights. But I kind of prefer like the boss fights that were in the Mario Kart Wii online tournaments. Like that sort of boss fight, the way it's designed, and I feel like they could improve upon that if they were to bring that sort of mode for World. But time will tell if they would bring it over or not, because they could be saving some some content for by the time the game releases or something. I would love to see more stuff that you can do. More so than just the typical things that we can expect, such as battle mode and stuff. Passing up for one later on. Yeah, it's no there's no rush with the Switch 2. I'm sure they'll be available later on in the year and stuff, especially for the holidays. Man, I'm mistiming the start boosts. I gotta figure out what the timing for this was. I know the GameCube one is a little bit different to the time boost. Man, this cart is very slippery. Maybe not very, but like the turning is a bit delayed. Yeah, last week we did Mario Kart Wii, and it was nice to see the Dolphin Dasher make a return for World. Dolphin Dasher was what I would use in Mario Kart Wii a whole lot. I'm so used to that control, the way it controls, you know, the way it drives and stuff, and it's a totally different mechanic, even coming from like GameCube or 64. Between all the 3D Mario Karts, but yeah, the way it drives is just so. It was peak. I don't want to overuse the word, but yeah, I definitely prefer that vehicle. I'm hitting all the obstacles tonight. But I think one thing I missed from the from this iteration is the ability to swap character, or more so swapping the items back and forth. I kind of wish that, you know, that would be a thing in the newer game, where, you know, you get double items, 2 different items, and then you wanna use a certain item first, rather than the one that's like in the foreground. So like if I grab another item here, I'm gonna swap the character first before I can actually grab it. So like this one here, say I want to use the red shell first. I can't do that. I gotta shoot the green shell first in some of the, you know, the other Mario Karts. But in this one, swapping that, and then I can use it. You know, like that's an example. I want to be able to swap items like that. Shoot this one. Oh, might end up inserted. The freezies. I like how they get knocked back, but we didn't get affected. Yeah, this all cup tour says we're gonna go through all the cups, I think, in this card setup, which I think is probably not a good idea, because this card setup is just not fit for 50cc. I think it's better fit for like 100 and higher. But in terms of Switch 2, I think it can always wait. It's gonna be like Switch 1, where it takes time to build up momentum. I wonder if it's like 1. You gotta click it when it's like at number 1. But I think it's gonna hit big in the summertime, because I was hoping, you know, the Switch would land on the summer and stuff. And so, you know, it's beginning. It's getting to that time soon. We've been getting some really warm weather, so as of late, which almost feels like summer already, even though, you know, spring is like sort of the in between. I like that Yoshicopter. We don't even see that Yoshicopter anymore, I don't think, in the Wii version. Nor even the was it the 8 Deluxe? Oh, also, I think this version there will be a path underneath. Man, look at how far I slid. There's another path, unless you can actually find it. And I don't normally go down that tunnel. I'm gonna try and look for it. But it was only in this iteration, the original. The Kongs would have the giant banana. It's great. I feel like I should maybe swap to the Kongs in this one here. So you need a mushroom to go into there. They removed that path in the newer iterations. So Mario Kart Wii does not have it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe does not have it. Only this iteration, the original. But yeah, they started removing that. Yeah, we need a mushroom to go in there though. But there've been times where I would use like the golden mushroom. But you gotta have the it's toads, I think. Either one of the toads, Toadette. We can you know, have the golden mushroom. And the golden mushroom in this one was more character specific, whereas the card setup that I have right now, I have the Bowser, so I get the giant shell, and then the Koopa Troopa, which is the triple shells. Gosh, you can't jump in this. I'm so used to doing the jumps in the Mario Kart Wii version. Oops. Tunnel's right underneath us. And that will just bring us through this way, and also while dodging like obstacles here and there. I shot it backward. Yeah, maybe this weekend we'll probably bring back some DS. I do have Mario Kart DS on the Wii Virtual Console. Sometime soon though. Maybe not be this weekend. Could be next week. Maybe it's number 3. I don't know. Maybe gotta press it down early or something. But I'm really excited for the GameCube app for Switch 2. And all the different multiplayer games they could add to it. That could be played online. Oh, thought I had the mushroom. Still can't jump. I know they brought this map over to 8 and 8 Deluxe. I think it was on the DS as well. Either DS or 7, either one of them. Oh, press the wrong button there. I want to swap the character. That guy should be like in the middle of the road. Pokey. I was mentioning boss fights earlier. Boss fight is something that you can do in the DS and the Wii version. And the Pokey being one of the bosses, you have to like use up a bomb to bomb the Pokies and bring him down to his head, and then finish him up completely, you know, bombing his head, and submit your times. And best time, you know, in the leaderboard, you know, like that was something that we did back on the Wii. They did their first online tournament. October 2008, whichever year it was. Some footage of that. I remember it being held in like October for some reason. But yeah, I just want more, you know, more fun modes like that. Like I don't know, they don't try to add more modes or something in some of these newer Mario Karts. I mean, it's been like so many years since like the last Mario Kart. You know, last true Mario Kart, not just 8 Deluxe, you know. But we could use more new modes. Free roam looks great. You know, it's a good way for us to explore and stuff, but there's gotta be more than that. I'm sure they'll spread around like some of the little side missions where like there's a P switch. You gotta hit that P switch and the coins would appear. You know, you grab all the coins and then, you know, what else? What more after that? You collect all the P switch events. You know, where they mentioned they were hundreds across the entire world or entire map. I hope it's like, you know, nothing, a little more than just like that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I want there to be like something new, you know, something new that we haven't seen before. Other than the free roam mode. Free roam is great, but man, there needs to be more than that. This is gonna be the next, like, World is gonna be the next Mario Kart that's gonna last like a decade, you know, another decade, just like 8 Deluxe. 8 and 8 Deluxe, combine them together. And there's gotta be more modes. 80 bucks for World, by the way. 50 going the digital bundle. And I kind of expect a lot from it, you know, being the you know, the franchise that would sell the system, and it's already doing so with these pre-orders. It's telling Nintendo that, hey, we're getting the digital bundle because it makes sense for the game to cost that much. Bring it back down to like 50, 60. You know, content-wise, you know, what has the game has to offer, you know, for it to warrant that 80 bucks. I do expect more from it. I keep pressing the R button on the GameCube controller, thinking that I can jump. I'm so used to the Wii version. I'm so used to all the other Mario Karts where you can jump with the R button. Double Dash, you cannot jump. Such a weird way to go about a Mario Kart game, or any Mario game. Jump, man. You can't jump in a Mario game. You always have to jump, you know. You always can jump. You should always be able to jump. Oh, man. Like how we can see the sun there. I don't know. Sometimes it just feels natural to press the jump. I feel like Mario Kart Wii has like sort of spoiled us to doing those tricks, you know, getting that little mini boost once you land. That's become like the mainstay feature for the entire series onwards. So nice to finally have a new Mario Kart after long time. Yeah, I mean, a decade with 8 and 8 Deluxe is like, man, can we please have a new Mario Kart ready? So it's finally happened. Even though, like, I don't know, there's just... I watched, like, the Treehouse, you know, when they showed Mario Kart World and stuff. It's like... It's a lot of, user-friendly quality of life changes that... I don't know. I don't know how to word some of those changes, unless I have some hands-on with it. But I know for sure that they're just making it easier, again, easy and user-friendly for you know, both experienced and non-experienced players. And that seems to be the way that they're heading for this new iteration and going forward. So they gotta keep it balanced. I think that's the thing. It's like it's gonna be more of a fair game than a not so unfair game. But that's more like, you know, playing with other players, you know, other human players. But playing with bots is another. That's another thing that we haven't seen much of. Whether or not the bots would rubber band. feel like I could have break there, but yeah, we don't know how well or how much the bots would rubber band when they try to you know, do like a single player race. But I have noticed that when you pick up an item, you don't get to like hold it. I mean, they do it automatically. I noticed this right away. Like the bullet bill and I don't know, say for the banana, for example. I don't think we can get a banana. But bananas, we usually would have that held in the hand. It was like a single banana, or even if it's a shell. And only like if there are folks out there who I've played with, and this is during like 8 and 8 Deluxe. To this day, there are players out there who have played like, you know, past iterations and stuff. They may not play like all the iterations, but they played like the Wii and onwards and stuff. Just as an example, and they're just like still wondering, Roth, how are you able to hold that item back? How are you able to shoot that item back? Have you not played the previous iterations? Just not even know about this? You know, have you read the manuals of those past games? You can do so by pointing back on the stick and press the shoot button. You know, it's easy as that. How have they not known about this? And now, looking at World, this is something that is just, I don't know what to think about it. But again, the user friendliness of this is that in World, you don't hold the item like this. It automatically holds it back for you. So you know, that's something that's like automatic now. You know, there's a lot of that automation going on in like a lot of these newer games. Monster Hunter franchise, they automate a lot of things, a lot of features. Makes it more user friendly, more so that new people can dive into it and not have to worry about it. So like paintball in Monster Hunter, we used to have to do that manually for each monster to appear on the map. So now, you know, with Mario Kart, you don't have to hold, you don't have to press the button to hold the item back anymore. It does it automatically. You know, you're already holding that item back. You know, so if another racer were to bump into you in the back, they get hit by that. You know, they don't just bump you and then like they don't get hit. You know, that used to be the way, but like, you know, that's why a lot of other players, even playing online and stuff, like for the older games, like we would hold those items back as a way of defense. You know, it's the way we played. But then like, I guess other players just didn't know how to do it, or I don't know, they just didn't know how to like shoot items or something. But now they can do it automatically. I don't know. It's you know, they made it more user friendly that way. Again, it's like, you know, the way of balancing the game out so that new players don't feel overwhelmed and they don't feel like they have to learn to do a certain move. So I don't know. That could make or break a game, you know. The purpose of a game, I guess back in the old days, you got to learn how to do that, you know, on your own or reading guides and stuff. But I don't know. There's other new features that they're bringing in, and you know, maybe that's the kind of stuff they've got to learn. It's the newer stuff. Whereas like the older stuff can just be more refined and just like a more smoother experience. I don't know. Just to not overwhelm new players or something. Which I guess is fine. I got the red shells here. I wonder why they, with this iteration, they no longer have the shells swarming around you. They would have like the character juggle. They would juggle the triple shells like this. But yeah, you can shoot it forward, shoot it backward. it's surprising to when that moment occurred. I was like, how did you not know about being able to shoot backward? You know? And some of these games have been around for a long time, you know? We're generations past and people are still wondering how to shoot backward, you know? Yeah, I just question a lot of these players. But yeah, just play the game more, you know? Just play more of these games and you'll learn how to do it. And eventually it will come to the point when someone else who has played the game more would tell you how to do it, you know? You gotta play with the right people to know how to do it. That's why I just had to be the person there to tell them. But it is what it is, you know, like you're bound to come across, like, you know, players of all skill types. But I think playing online, that's the fun part. It's like you're in a pool of people of all skill levels. Ones who are like under you and one who are like you may be lucky enough to come across like people who are above you in terms of skill level, and they might know a thing or two more that, you know, you may wonder. And yeah, that goes for all franchises, not just Mario Kart. But it's just funny how, like, you know, people just like, oh yeah, just curious, how do you do that? How do you do that? Hit that razor. Welcome to Double Dash. I know, right? Oh wow, just like grind. Oh, grinding is a new thing. That's gonna be a great new mechanic when World comes out. The grinding. I hope that there's like I don't know if they would add like some sort of like mode that would focus on the grinding. I mean, I guess there's like time trials and stuff, but like a mode that's specifically just for grinding. Like doing all the grinds, perform all the tricks, trying to rack up points, rack up the most points, doing all the tricks, going off the ramps, and then grind again, kind of like a Tony Hawk sort of thing, you know? They come up with a mode much like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which has gotten a remaster and re-release, by the way, recently. And yeah, I think that would be a neat mode to add. Just add it, you know, just add it, you know. Who knows how many people are gonna enjoy that? And especially if folks who were around during the GameCube, PS2 era, or even N64, late era N64, into the GameCube, PS2, they would, you know, be familiar with like Tony Hawk, Shaun White, you know, like those border guys. Like, I feel like that mode needs to be put into Mario Kart World, because now that we can do grinding, it's like, you know, there's so many possibilities with that. I can imagine so many different courses. Imagine like a course that goes like loop to loop, or, you know, like there was like a course, there was like a game board in Mario Party 4 where you can ride a roller coaster. It can go into like third person. You can see your character. I think either one or two characters you can ride into like a roller coaster cart, and then like it goes into loop to loop like that. Like you're riding on a roller coaster in that game board. I forget which game board it was. Come May, I'll probably I think on May 4th I'll probably put in Mario Party 4. And take a look at which course that was. It was in the trailer. I remember watching the trailer over and over just before Mario Party 4 came out for the GameCube, because it was a brand new Mario Party for the new Nintendo system, you know, GameCube. And I kept viewing that trailer over and over because of how fun it looked, you know. I couldn't wait for that new Mario Party game. That was going to be Mario Party 4. and they showed a bit of that roller coaster, you know, doing that loop. But imagine if there's like a course in Mario Kart World or mode where you can grind and you get all these different cool views in the same way that you see that, you know, that Mario Party 4 game board with the roller coaster. And yeah, you're performing all these different moves and racking up points. Like, that would be awesome to see, you know? That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, if they could just add a mode like that, grind up, rack up points, you know, beat your own record. Maybe have like an online leaderboard, submit that leaderboard, you know? Kind of like how they had the time trials. The time trials is just one thing, but like, what if there's another one that's like similar to time trials? Like, make another variant of that time trials, where it's like more points based instead of time based. Maybe partially time based, but like in a given time, perform as many points, you know, perform as many tricks and grinds as you can. The longer you grind, the more points that will be, you know, multiplied, you know? That's a multiplier aspect to it. Like, that would be neat to see, you know? Do something like that. Like, how come I can think of these modes, but then they can't make it? They can't make it for their game. You gotta hire someone else who's got the ideas for the next Mario Kart. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna do it. Hey, Billy. We got little Billy in the chats over on YouTube. I think all the little Billies are crawling out of their spaces to view this double dash. Tell your moms and dads that there's a new Mario Kart on the way. It's gonna be a fun one. Mario Bros got the fireballs there. Gotta have a blue spiny there. I think it was the Yoshi's got the eggs, if I recall. That sort of acts like a shell. And then Birdo, I forgot what Birdo's got. Birdo's got the pink flames or something. Birdo might also have eggs, I'm not sure. And I know that princesses would have like the surrounding hearts, where they can use their hearts to pick up items, stray items on the ground. So if there's like a shell or even a superstar or something, they can grab it. Or even the bananas. Speaking of like that star on the ground, I could have grabbed that star, but the steering was just way off. I don't really get to use the princesses much though. But I see that they can definitely be useful in some cases. Oh, I saw that store. There was like a lamp. I was browsing a Target afterward when I went to pick up the pre-order or place my pre-order on the Switch 2. There's a Target next door in the same plaza, and just wanted to check the electronics area to see if, you know, they were doing the pre-orders and stuff there as well. There was no body there. I guess since they opened up at 8, they must have ran out or something. But I was looking at, you know, some of the other accessories, like Nintendo related accessories and stuff. They had, like, blue shell plushie. They had like a whole bunch of other plush toys and stuff. And then there was like a pea piranha, or I guess just a regular piranha plant lamp. In the form of a lamp, you can just like press a button. It was like an NES lamp as well, like a NES controller attached to like what looks to be like World 1 with the platforms and the Goombas, 8-bit graphics. But it's like wrapped around, you know, the part of the lamp that's like, you know, that covers the light. So that hat portion, whatever. So the graphic that they used for it was like an 8-bit World 1 sort of level design. And then like the stem of the lamp is like a black cable attached to like the NES controller. and then you press the buttons to turn on the lamp and stuff, maybe have different colors or something like that. But it wasn't hooked up to like, you know, a plug to just so I can actually see what it was, if they had any different options. But it was a cool looking lamp, and I feel like it would be neat to have on the desk. I'll have to look it up to see if there's a page for it. Dino Jungle, man, I missed this stage here. I think they have this on the mobile version, Tour, and I think they also had it in 7, if I recall. Mario Kart 7 on 3DS. First introduction to the series? Yeah. That's... I think the free roaming mode is going to be... it's going to allow everyone to, you know, enjoy the environment, and you're just learning to recognize the environment. Oh my gosh! Just familiarizing, you know, themselves with like each of the reimaginings of the courses. So there's gonna be a lot of the old courses coming back, but in a new way. Because a lot of them have been remade, reimagined, and grouped up together, and they'll be set in different places. I love that little dino there, the Brontosaurus, and then the pterodactyl just like flew by and stuff. Like this whole entire stage, I wanted it to come back for a long time, and be able to like jump. I think that's why Mario Kart 7 was a great iteration for this course, because you know, we're able to jump again. Same thing with the Wii, like when they brought back the GameCube courses, we're able to jump in the GameCube courses when we couldn't before. But along with those iterations, they would cut off like certain paths and stuff that was available in the GameCube version, but then like there's always some changes, some different changes here and there for each iteration. But yeah, being able to jump there and doing a trick just feels satisfying, you know. Perform a trick, get a little mini boost there as well, you know. That's the one thing that this game is missing. They just didn't have it integrated. You know, being able to jump would be great. They didn't have to add the mini boost at the end or anything. But like, it's just at least better than not being able to jump. That's just the one major thing I think in Double Dash. Although the course designs are great. It's fan-tab course designs, but man, just kind of missed the jumping, you know. Just feels more active. I think we need a shroom for this one. Oh boy. Never have to like back up like this, but yeah, we need a shroom for that one. Just want to double check on it. But yeah, there'll be like paths in between each of those courses in world. So it does take a little bit of time to get to each course so that it seems a bit bigger. Like the maps would seem a bit bigger. It's kind of like playing a Zelda game, or I guess a modern open-air Zelda game, where you gotta travel place to place. So reaching Hyrule Castle, between Hyrule Castle and the Temple of Time, you know, there'll be some space in between, you know, each of the villages. So I think it's gonna feel like that, where you gotta travel from one place, one course to the next course, and it just feels more open world, I think, that way. Yeah, going open world route. I think of like Need for Speed and the Crew, more so the Crew, because that's like online play, and you're racing in a group and stuff, and you come across like other players online and stuff, as they're just driving off on their own, you know, and you just somehow just come across them in the same world that you're in. I feel like that's gonna be like the next I mean, it's already been done in other racing game franchises, but like for it to be like a Mario Kart, yeah, or for Mario Kart to head in that direction, I think it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be world. It's gonna be world wild, wild world. And I guess with Mario Kart they can test it with Mario Kart, because maybe this is something that they've been eagerly wanting to do. It's a pipe there, by the way. You cannot do that in the Wii version. Wii version, they stripped it away. I feel like it's something that they've been, you know, wanting to do. Maybe in a future IP, and maybe that idea is just being tested first with Mario Kart. And I feel like it's a good IP to test it on, because we, you know, just never had it done in a Nintendo game in that way before. So I see it could definitely work pretty well. I can already imagine some sceneries, scenarios that would occur. Like I would, you know, boot up the game, and then like they would just randomly place me post tutorials, if there's any tutorials at all. Drop me in the middle of the map, and then if I choose like either free roam or whatever mode it is, where I can see other online racers, and especially folks who are on my friends list on the Switch 2 and stuff, and then they dive in, but they're spawning in a different area, you know. And somehow, you know, we come across each other, you know, just racing, you know, freely racing, roaming around the world, the maps and stuff. Then, you know, and then there they are. In between the races, I just meet up with them. And yeah, I feel like, you know, that sort of thing, I think needs to be, like, that could be a Mario Kart thing, you know? You just race around, and then like somewhere along the line, somewhere along the way, you would come across one of your friends already racing in the map, and you just see their name, you know. I just imagine that. Otherwise, I think you just queue up in the same lobby and then like spawn in the same area and off you go. But I think it would be neat to have everyone spawn in different areas. That could be set to a different mode, who knows? But like, yeah, just the discovery, the feel of discovery, I think is a neat aspect. And I don't know if they're gonna try and do that, or maybe just have everyone spawn at the same location. I can barely see what's happening on this course. The capture that I'm using for this is not all that great. Get very dark colors, but or dark lighting. Even playing on a regular CRT, like old school, you know, original CRT monitor, would look a lot better. But there's the one capture method that I have, most affordable one at least. But I don't know, maybe someday I'll be able to get a better capture device to capture older systems and stuff. But as for GameCube, you know, this is probably the best I can do for now, until I get that other device. It was sort of like an express way to try and capture. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, free roam, I know, right? I feel like that's gonna be the big mode, you know. It's gonna be like the standout mode, I think, that they're just focusing on. not necessarily possibly nothing else. Maybe the battle mode here and there, but like I think free roam mode is like the possibly the selling point, I think, for a world. And I didn't want it to be like that. I want there to be more stuff than just free roam mode. But it seems like they're just focusing on that. Focusing on it a whole lot. But who knows? Maybe they got something under the hood that may back that up. I'm sure I'll be able to, you know, I'll be exploring free roam and stuff like that. As much as I can, you know, within that week. It's gonna be a whole week of just Smart Car World. It doesn't matter who's there or not, but I'm just there to do my own discovery of all the things that the game has to offer. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they have. Yeah, the photo, yep. The photo mode. Yeah, I think it's either maybe 3 or 1. It's called the road, it's called the Rainbow Road. Oh my gosh, Yoshi! They added some Kirby icons to the Switch Online app. I shot the baby bros off of the course. Oh man, yeah, the turns on this is just not. I think you just gotta do it without the drifting style for this. I like how in this iteration there's a giant banana now and a green shell. Man, I gotta change the card setup for this. Either that or maybe change the speed. For some reason, you cannot hold the item back as you would in the 64 or Wii. In this one, they just hold the items upward and it will juggle it. I think that's what they're trying to. Yeah, I don't know. Double Dash is just a very different game. But there are folks, there's a crowd up there that do prefer Double Dash over all the iterations. It's like, yeah. I have my. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? I thought I was like falling off the edge there, just like. It just like sucked me back into the middle of the course for some reason. That's so weird. I'm gonna have to view that again. And again, we're playing with real hardware here. But you can see the controller. That's such a weird, rare thing. It's a red giant shell there. And this part here is reminiscent of the 64 with the big star over there. Big Star Man. I guess in this one they add a whole bunch more objects. Shooting star there. But this would be the first iteration that would have like the sort of a 2 teleport thing. And then they would reuse it again for the Wii. I guess it's a pipe. No, it's not really a pipe. It's like, I don't know what else to call that thing. Maybe like an elevator Or yeah, elevator. The rainbow elevator. But gosh, those bananas. Still holding on to these shells. Yeah, we did that elevator. Oh! Wow, now we are shining bright. We're at this thing here. Is it the one moment we can just rest your hand for like a few seconds? Man, for some reason I always remember it's a time in the summer where me and my cousin would play this. Trying to go against all the bots, all the AI. It's just me and my cousin who are the only human players. And the AI rubber bands so much. And we were trying to complete the 150cc. But man, it was a rough time trying to get enough points to to unlock all the things. And even to this day, I'm not sure if I even unlocked everything. I don't know if we did or not. Otherwise, that's the reason why we have the gold cart there, because we did something, or we completed something. There you go, award ceremony. Let's check out the ceremony. I feel I should have had that on replay, so I can just view the entire course again. And we're about to see the gold carts. But there, so Toadsworth would be the one to drive it initially, and then that would be the cart that you can unlock by doing all the courses, I think, in 150cc. But I forgot what the details are for unlocking it. So yeah, you can basically unlock that one. I just had to show the gold cart. Congratulations! Something that you don't see in like 8 and 8 Deluxe is the whole location of the reward ceremony. They just give you the screenshot of the chart, and yeah, there's like no cinematic. So unless you're watching like the credits or finishing the last cup in 8 Deluxe, and then you would get the the credits cinematic. But that's a credit cinematic, it's not like the reward ceremony. But at least this one has it, This one has it. The Wii, I think the Wii one had it too. And I forgot if the handhelds would have it or not. But they just they just fasten the pacing of it and just show the congratulations screen, and that's it. On to the next race. But yeah, I feel like they could add more for that for 8 and 8 Deluxe. And again, we've been stuck to that 8 and 8 Deluxe for like 10 years with no reward ceremony animation. Because maybe most people just skip through it or something. I don't know. I feel like it's a nice reward to show the players. Maybe have the different variations of it. But I guess they would change the characters that would be in the carts. So that's like one simple variation of it. But maybe have like different camera angles, I think would help with the I like how they do the credits here. It's very colorful. Iwata name at the beginning there. Here, Daffy Duck. Crazy shortcut. Bowser Jr. stops crying. Version of Toad City stage. Yeah, Toad City. Toad City stage. Not sure if that was 64. A lot of the courses here are all original. So they weren't from any other iterations, if I recall. I mean, there's the block. There's a version of, I guess I could say like it's a block Fort 2, but not a block Fort 2. It's a block something. It's related to it because it's got like the yellow, red, blue, and then the green, sort of a quadral blocks battle mode stage. that is very reminiscent of Block Fort from the 64. But in the Double Dash one, it's a totally new version of that. Not necessarily the same thing, but it's just a newer, inspired version of it. I still prefer the 64 Block Fort. Tim O'Leary. Tim O'Leary is always with the localization for North America. But the Toad City stage is only in this one. You might be confusing it with Toad Turnpike. Toad Turnpike is highway, all highway, and that is its own separate stage. It's not a remake or anything in this one. That one, no, this one, the one in this one is just its own separate stage, because you would have, when you reach the finish line, there would be like that hole. There's like a hole in the middle of the road. You gotta try and dodge. You gotta go into the traffic. Oncoming traffic comes your way, or you can go to the side. Like if you have like a mushroom or something, you can just like cut to the side, and it would lessen some of the projectiles that would try to shoot you. But there's like a thin path on one side just before you hit the finish line. I didn't take that path though. I just went towards the regular path. But there's a hole there, which is not something that you would see in Toad Turnpike, so it's not the same stage. I know it's kind of confusing because like it sort of looks similar, but it's not the same. It's just similar and inspired by what was previously in the previous game. The same thing is how people get confused with the Moo Moo Meadows and Moo Moo Farms. Moo Moo Farms in 64 versus Moo Moo Meadows in Mario Kart Wii, past like 2 generations, and some people to this day still think it's the same course. It's not the same course. I assure you, it's not the same course. If you want me to prove it to you, I can load up those games and show you. But I'm not going to do that. But you just got to play enough Mario Karts to know the differences. They're both different courses. They just have the Moo Moos in there. One has a bridge, one doesn't have a bridge. That's already one indication. One has Monty Moles, one doesn't have Monty Moles in those grounds. Well, I guess no. Actually, I take that back. They both have Monty Moles. One has less Monty Moles. I'll say that. But yeah, one has a bridge, one doesn't have a bridge. I think that's one big one. But yeah, to this day, people are still confused by that Moo Moo stages. They still think it's like the same thing. And another one is the DK jungles. People think that the same DK jungle is the same thing. It's not the same thing. The racing, the way the turns are in those courses, each of those courses are different. Some would have like different objects in place, but I don't know. It's hard to show them without when you're playing one version of the game, but not the other. And again, like everyone's memories are different, but mine are still keen. I think I wouldn't say sharp at its sharpest, but it's still I'm pretty clear on it. Because I played enough Mario Kart to know the differences. Alright, let's go 100cc. I think we'll try someone different. I would try maybe PD. I forgot what kind of power up PD has. I know if I go with these two, it might not end well. Because 2 heavies is just... Let's see what they have here. They got the pipes. Let's try this. I think we'll just do a single cup this time. So the mushroom bridge is something that I want to see them make a return. And I think it probably is in World. I think I don't know if I caught a glimpse of it or not, but I think I may have. But I want that bridge to make a return, I think. Alright, go there. Let's see, what was that? Was that Toad, of course, that just talking about? I think it was. Oh no, that's all the cups. Downtown, Rainbow Road. No. Mushroom City. Yeah. So Mushroom City. No, it's not Toast Turnpike. It's Mushroom City. Mushroom City versus Toast Turnpike. Not the same. These are all original courses made from the ground up for Double Dash. No retro courses. You know, as you can see, no retro courses. Let's make that clear. This is before they started doing retro courses for a Wii. Wii was the like one of the first ones, either DS or Wii. Let's go here. But it's why we continue to you know, revisit these games, because you know, to refreshen our memories. You know, not everyone's going to remember all the things unless you know, actively play them, you know, from time to time. Which is why, you know, there's always folks going to be confusing. Oh, this is just like that other course. Is it a remake of that other one? You know, that's why we're here. Not sure about the turning for this cart setup. I think it's a little. It seems all right. Probably not the best setup, but we'll go with it. I think this time we'll just do a cup at a time. Not sure I want to go up there. There's a place down here. Oh, there we go. Oh. I don't have my mushroom anymore. And then you come up, yeah. So it's just a way to go down there and then maybe grab an item. I think there was an item down there. Or just a way to dodge items, I guess, if there's a whole bunch of projectiles and stuff. But they still removed that in the Wii version, or whichever iteration that this was on. Yeah, I think it was on the Wii. So the Wii or one of the portables. I think it was the portables. Must have been DS, I think. Well, yeah. So I think next cup I'm gonna try the Kongs. Maybe that's another thing too. Like, there'll be a lot of courses that look so similar to one another that people just confuse between the two and thinking one is the remake of the other, where they could just continue making more courses that's maybe not inspired by, I don't know, just more original courses. There's got to be some way to pump out new ideas, but I feel like they've covered so much already. You know, there's like lava levels. I feel like maybe more underwater levels. But then again, like there's plenty of underwater levels. I did like the bathroom one, whichever one that was called during Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That one was a unique one. You know, I feel like everyone can distinguish that one from like other courses, because it's not like any other course that we had before. And it's why like I enjoyed each of those waves, but they put them out. There's always one unique one that would stand out from the rest, you know, because that one at the you know, with the showers and stuff like that was just such a unique course with all the Mario accessories and stuff. And then like there's also like Sky High Sundae with the ice cream and all that, you know, not the other one with the cakes or donuts or whatever. Should use my star there, but for some reason the pressing the L did not click all the way. But yeah, there's, you know, there's a few that's like based on like treats and sugary stuff. Oh, here's the shroom. The gold shroom. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. No, I don't want to crash into my own bomb. But yeah, the Sky High Sundae is a great one. You know, the ice cream, like that's a very distinguishable one. So you can't confuse that with anything else, you know. So maybe they just have to come up with more original courses like that, where they just focus on that one thing and one thing only. That way, you know, folks don't confuse it with like anything else. I don't know. It's it's the players that just make it happen, I guess. And then I guess it's up to other players to remind them, to tell them that, oh no, it's not. But what matters anyway? I think it's just being able to play these courses. I think that's the thing. There's the see. I want them to bring back that Dino Land, and it looks like they kind of are in World. Oh man, I feel like I should change this card setup. I think I have to have like at least one small guy in the card setup, and not just like two big guys. Let's have a Kong. Do Miss Diddy, and then let's have. Let's try Yoshi. Yoshi's got the eggs. Ooh, is this Waluigi? The Yoshi cart. Oh man. And this is before they even added like bikes. We didn't have bikes yet in this. Yeah, let's go for the Waluigi one. I'm not sure about this car setup, but we'll try it out. Alright, so Mario Circuit, Daisy Cruiser, Waluigi Stadium. Let's go back in this one. Yeah, Dino Jungle. Did they have some dinosaurs in Mario Kart World? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be Dino Jungle, but they do have dinosaurs coming back, which is great. I feel like it should have just been like a big thing for the past, you know, few iterations, but like they just didn't add enough dinosaurs, I guess. They just have a lot of variety. I think that's what's great about it. But now, you know, with the World coming out, we can just head to some of those places that would have those things. Wow, that star just like spluttered out and just landed on us. Oh, saw a straight shot of that shell. The only thing, like, another thing is this, like, you can't really, can't look back either. You cannot look back. Bum, 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 bum. This car setup is certainly a little better than the previous one. You can't have two heavies. Well, at least I cannot do the two heavies setup. Gotta have at least one small guy. Oh my gosh, the steering on this is just... it's kind of unpredictable. The way the screen moves as you're trying to turn is just has a bit of like a wobbliness to it. Giant banana. Slip on our own banana. start drifting for fun. I don't think we get anything from it. Unless we hit like the second spark at least. The yellow and then the red. I think we gotta land like the red spark or something. Get a little mini boost. Oh, chain chomp. Oh! Oh, right, the babies get them. Oh man, I forgot about that. The babies get those, get the chain chomp. Oh, imagine. Imagine if they had the princess babies instead. That's the one thing. One unique thing about Double Dash is that, you know, each item has their own, or each character has their own unique item, or special item, I guess. On top of the, you know, the common items and stuff, but like get the giant banana for the Kongs, big shells for the Koopas, or the Bowsers, I guess. And the Koopas would have the shells, the triples. Yoshi's got the egg. Oh man, they dropped like 2 mushrooms. Oh my gosh, the steering on this. It's like driving the F-Zero Blue Falcon without being a Blue Falcon. It's like part of the closest thing to looking like a Blue Falcon. More so like a purple Falcon. Here's a special. Watch out, I'll toss this forward. Look how big that thing is, man. We need more stuff like that. Definitely need more stuff like that. I feel like Double Dash heightens up the fun of what a Mario Kart game could be, you know, with those special items. And the Double Dash thing, I mean, the double persons on a cart. I don't know how to word that. Is a unique concept, and I do like, you know, like being able to swap items like that, but they never brought it back. I mean, we don't need to have 2 people in a cart, but the ability to swap items, you know, when you have like 2 items and you want to use the other one first, like that is a necessity. I think it needs to be brought back, so that I can use it strategically. I mean, skill-wise, like talking skill-wise, I feel like that needs to be a thing. But they just don't want to go that path for some reason. They want to keep it balanced, quote-unquote balance, so that all players can enjoy. Troops. Boom, 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 boom. What am I doing here? Here we go. Blue flame. In some of the later iterations, they made this part here. That part down there would have like clams and stuff. You can further get more items from. Oh wow, that was like the same card setup that I had previously. The King Boo and the Peter Piranha. princesses right there. Diddy Kong's like, uh-oh. Boom, 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 boom. I think at one point we were able to jump through those doors that I just passed, and those were like the kitchen doors or something, and just go straight through that. Whereas normally we would take a right and go down, either go down or stay on path. But I think it might have been 7 that allowed us to go into that kitchen door. What? Oh man. Gotta watch out for the pool here. You cannot go into the pool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right. Oh my god, not another one. Who is it? Wario and Luigi? Wario and Waluigi are the ones tossing those bombs. Maybe I should try those guys. Makes sense for them to have it. Oh my gosh. Wow. Got that this is what is this, like 100cc? Beep 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 doo. Next. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe you gotta press it early or something. Right as the tones of the thing starts. Just lost my star. Yoshi. Yeah, I guess the egg, Yoshi egg, is similar to like the red shell, except that it just has a different animation. Oh, banana. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's got that homing. Oh boy, come on. Wow, I think someone just like fell down there when I shot the egg. It's just like in Wario Stadium. See, that would be another one that folks are further confused by too. Even though this says Waluigi Stadium, like I feel like there are folks out there who might confuse this with Wario Stadium from the 64. Even though they're two different characters. And there's like more objects on the ground here. And no, this is not a remake. It's just inspired by. Again, like I feel like there's just enough people out there who just might just be confused by it. So they just look so similar. And I don't know whether or not to blame the designers of the courses or what, but man, I don't know. But like, I don't know, there's certainly folks out there who just are easily confused by which course is which. I don't know why I still aim for the items there. Beep, 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 beep. Man, I feel like there's like a lot more items on the ground. award ceremony. Let him play. I thought Josh was gonna go live tonight. What happened? I bet he's trying to set up for stream, but it's like already like 1 a.m. or I guess midnight for his time right now. He said he was gonna hop on live and talk about Switch 2 and stuff. I don't see him go on. Silly Josh. He's probably like running around in the background. Roth, I'm trying to get my chair set up. My computer's not booting up. I keep on having to restart it. Running around in my underwear. Congratulations. Alright, let's do another cup. There's also time trials, but I don't think I'm fit for doing time trials in this game. I feel like so many years pass by and like, I don't know, the mechanics of Double Dash is like, it's so vastly different now, having played like, you know, after playing Mario Kart Wii, and you know, the ability to perform tricks when you go off a ramp is like so cemented that when you go back to playing Double Dash or even 64, it's like, man, you kind of wish that these games would have it, but they didn't have it then. Just gotta get used to it. Alright, so the mirror is 150cc, which, you know, the AI is gonna be a lot more tough. But let's see. Let's see how speedy this gets. Again, I love using the Koopa, and you know what? Let's add some more Kongs. Let's see what happens if I go red with these two here. Speed, weight. Maybe do like a regular Kart, like red all the way. Speed might not be might not be great. Could also try this one here, Bullet Bill. Let's try this one. This one has quite a bit of speed. Sherbert Land, Mushroom City, Yoshi Circuit, and DK Mountain. Or go big with a special cup here. So I know that what Peach Beach is making a comeback for World, and then also the Cataquax, Dry Desert. I think I'm not sure if there's like a Dry. Wait, no, not Dry. Peach Beach is the one I'm looking at that has those Cataquax. Cataquax are now playable, or I guess, you know, in World it's going to be playable. Okay, there's some ice levels as well. We haven't seen much of the ice stuff. I think they're bringing back DK Pass from the DS. Yeah, that area is seeing a reimagining. And I'm not sure if there's anything from here. Maybe we'll see like a bit of like Sherbert Land or something. It seems like there's like different elements from the GameCube Double Dash that's just gonna be revived in some sort of way in World. Dino Jungle, of course, it's gonna be something. I think this just having dinosaurs in general makes for a great section altogether, or for the map. All right, let's get maybe go back here. I want to see the Dino again. Boo-dee-bee-doo. Grand Prix. 4 courses. Yeah, keep on missing timing it. I'll have to figure out what it is. The timing is for. Alright, this cart setup. This one seems like it might do well. More fast-paced, 150cc. This one feels a lot more like Mario Kart Wii right here. Like up to speed with Mario Kart Wii. Maybe not as sharp of a turn as Dolphin Dasher, but it's still pretty good. Well, this course is like pretty fast. Oh, princesses. Keep forgetting. Gotta make a turn. Man, I don't know how I'm gonna do with Rainbow Road with this car setup. But we'll see. Man, I keep thinking the L would be the way to use the item, but not in this game. Oh, slowly getting it back. Keep thinking the L is to shoot it. Whoa, man, I had a star, didn't get to use it. Keep on missing that block. So it's blue flames that gives you the boost. Ooh. We should restart this one. Maybe even do mirror mode. Probably try different carts. There's not much to go by here. Maybe try this one here. Blue. Nope. I think it has to be like once the light beeps or something. Whoa, getting pushed off there. What the heck? That's shell. I like how the shell just like went around. Swirled around. Don't hit me! Whoa, Waluigi. Wario and Waluigi hitting the bombs again. Okay, so that block just like waves around. I see. Maybe I should toss that banana like right as the top. To reach the top there. Oh, blue spiny. Man, you gotta be really... Oh, they are. Tossing bombs again. Ooh. No. I think that's the place that we want to go. We want to land down there. Take this. Take that. Ooh, I thought I was gonna get that one. Don't pop us off. You gotta be really focused on this. Oh, because if not, wind up just like falling off like that. So close to the finish line too. Yeah, I think if it wasn't for that fall, could have gotten first. Next. Man, I keep pressing it on the 2. I'm so used to the Wii version that I keep on pressing on the 2. I know the DS one was a little bit different too. I like how they have the crystals on the side there. That's like an inspiration where they would have that return for the Mushroom Gorge course, which is kind of similar to this, actually. Yeah. Yeah, even this part here, like this inside cave area. Mushroom Gorge might as well be like Deno Deno Jungle, except there's a more focus on the shrooms and the shroom trees, just without the dinosaurs. It looks like. Now thinking about it. Oh, this could have been like Y2. I could have placed the category to Y2K for Twitch, because they featured Double Dash for their Y2K April Fools, the official Twitch channel. Even though both GameCube and Double Dash did not come out till a little later, like a few years later, I think. GameCube was like 2001, if I recall. Faintly see that fake block through the waters. Uh-oh. It's very Diddy Kong Racing in this area. The yellowness of the floorboards and stuff. Oh, could have kept on drifting there. Beep 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 doo. Ba ba dum ba dum ba ba da ba da dum. Oh, so gonna land. Wow, they tossed that back. They tossed something back there. Biddy bee biddy boo. Boom bum boom bum boom ba boom boom bum. Yeah, this course here is so dark. I can barely see it. Sort of raise the brightness a bit for the capture. I must have fixed the colors a bit too. Gosh, yeah, that's how, like the size of the Bowser shell there. Would be useful for cases like that. Look, there it goes again. I can barely see the floor here, but just going by memory. Oh, good thing there was a guardrail. Oh boy. Timing. Come on. I'm trying to avoid that block. Sometimes in doing so, it's like... Yeah. A lot of the items are placed in spots where I would just normally be on. Which is why I'm just like, continuing to drive into those items. And of course, the shell had to be there, right? So if the game knows what the typical path would be. Oh boy. Double shells. Double dash. Double trouble. Double trouble with the other category for which side. Not sure they removed it by now. Supposedly it was like limited time before they remove it, but I think people can still stream on there. Under Y2K and stuff. Alright, here's a chance to catch up. Although I kinda doubt it. Oh, inner path again. Try the Bowser shortcut. Ooh, did it. Not often you get to do that. I think even in like one of these EC, you can still do it without using the mushroom. Oh man, I need more time to catch up. And Diddy Kong. I like how Diddy Kong is like still backward. Get the Wii remotes. Gotta see what other Wii games I can probably feature. Rainbow Road. Man, I keep forgetting to try a different time for the boost. Bum, 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 bum. Oh man, slide right off. Oh, got a little boost there. Of course, there would be a banana there. Can't jump. Boost money! Oh my gosh, I guess they don't allow us to go down there, huh? Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Oh, it does like a little taunt or gesture when you don't have any items. It's pretty neat. Koopa. Nice. I like how much faster you get the items when you spam the item. Oh man, slid off the same area. Maybe for that one I don't want to do drift. If I do drift, there's a chance of sliding off. Wow, it's a stray star there. Ooh, man. Yeah, I'm still tilting it to the right, but it's not. It's kinda like, I don't know. I get the feel of it. Oh! I almost slid right off again. Whoa! Another stray star. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna catch up with the next person. So the shell does not... I think it has to be shot after going up the elevator here. Or else it's just gonna hit the elevator area and just like, you know... It doesn't hit anybody. Ooh! Bananas! My gosh. I thought I left my own banana there, but... Alright, got one more lap. I thought that was the last lap. There we go. I think no drifting. Better up with no drifting. What is even happening there? Just like bounces? Not even hitting the character? Yeah, once you... Yeah, I think it's supposed to wait for the elevator. Go! Ooh! Wow! we made it up to DK and whoever else that was. DK and Princess Peach? Wow. Cut him off at the last second. Oh, I didn't get to show it. Not that we at the 2-hour mark. Alright, show the box for my Platinum GameCube. Go back to title screen. Or the award ceremony. Actually, I can probably play a replay. Let's make some room on the desk. Try to carefully bring it over. Okay. Alright, we got it. Might be a bit dusty, but... So here is that bundle. This is how it looks like. Can't lay it down flat. Let's see. I can't remember word. So yeah, this was the $99 bundle. Picked it up at Best Buy around like, was it 2003 or 2002? I think, I don't know. Can't remember which year exactly. Either 2002, 2003. Just around the holidays, I think. They also had the Wind Waker Zelda bundle for the GameCube. IBM microprocessor technology. Set includes Platinum Nintendo GameCube system and controller, Mario Kart Double Dash game, $15 You Got Money, good for purchase of any new Nintendo GameCube game at participating retailers. I don't remember if I even still have that. But yeah, this is just the bundle with the Mario Kart Double Dash. It's a lot more affordable than... Might not be easy to see here, but Platinum controller. There's the back side. Imagine I just open up the box and show the inside and the manuals and stuff. I think I have my Wavebird box inside there. And we got the I've got the Platinum Edition Wavebird and not the regular gray one. Definitely prefer the Platinum. But yeah, I mean, GameCube Double Dash, Mario Kart bundle, and then now fast forward to 2025. There's a Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle. So I thought, you know, what if I bring back the GameCube and, you know, show what past iteration that Nintendo has put out, you know, the similar bundle with Mario Kart, you know, with a Mario Kart game, and this was that one. So still have the box and stuff. Still have, I even still have my N64 box that we bought from Lichmere. If folks still are old enough to remember Lichmere. But yeah, Lichmere, Bradley's, that's another old store. And yeah, I think we bought it for like $150, $149.95 or something like that. There's a box there. Double the fun, double the pleasure, double mint gum. Take all the crazy action of the celebrated Mario Kart series and multiply it by 2. Switch 2. In Mario Kart Double Dash, each kart holds 2 racers that can switch places at any time. So choose from a huge cast of favorites and pair them in any way you see fit. Split screen local multiplayer. And I think there's LAN play. I've only tried LAN play like one time for like a competition, as I mentioned earlier. But there's a GameCube. Oh, there was the Game Boy player as well. Attach it to the bottom. Game Boy Advance cable to attach your Game Boy Advance. I'm not sure it would be compatible with the DS, because the DS would have like a Game Boy Advance compartment slot 2. Wavebird wireless controller. One of the first between the 3 console makers, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. This was the first like of the wireless controllers. So Nintendo did it. Even though there were other wireless controllers, email for GameCube, but this was one of the first ones for the 3 companies. Connection information. If your TV or VCR does not have audio video connections as shown, you will need a Nintendo RF switch, RF modulator set. You just sold separately to complete your connections. Nice. Yeah, this is when they swapped to the RCA from the RF. RF was like something that we used for Super Nintendo era, NES era. It's the old format. Another one for IBM microprocessor. So they're running IBM processors for the GameCube. And I think for graphics they were using ATI Radeon or something like that, which is, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember now. I don't know if that was part of AMD or not, but I guess IBM for the main processor. Oh, here's the other side. Here it says limited edition. Close up there. Limited edition, platinum. Like Platinum Games. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's nice to see that, you know, there's a Switch 2 now with a Mario Kart bundle, which reminds me of this GameCube one bonus set. And then inside would be you know, this copy, which I think the cover is a little bit different from like the standalone release. I forgot what it was that was different about this. Oh yeah, it says not for resale, so I think that's the other thing. So the back cover there, it shows not for resale. Whereas the other standard release, Mario Kart Double Dash, would be different. Double the fun. There's a land play, this is how it looks like. Kinda hard to see it. So once you connect 2 GameCubes together, you would have this selection here. And this would be the LAN mode. You connect the Ethernet to the backs of the GameCubes. I think you gotta have like the first edition GameCube. I'm not sure if this edition has it. I think this is like a DOL 001, whereas the other one is like a DOL 00 something. Like different, there's a different Dolphin model. Dolphin being the code name for GameCube. Anyways, let's get back. I think try to fill in the 3 hours. Award ceremony. It's a very summery game. Of course, it's Rumble. Piantas. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, here's the GameCube waveboard. So this is the wireless one. The one major difference, other than the wireless ability of it, no wires, but then like there's just no rumble on this wavebird controller. But you do have the freedom of, you know, not having to deal with cables. It's just this this dongle here. So I do have 2 of these. There's the edition that has the controller in this sort of color, the gray color, light gray. But I feel like they, even for the dongle, they should make it silver, just like the controller itself. But yeah, this is how it looks like. AA battery, so here. Insides are also gray. There we go. It just feels good. Like the handles for the GameCube controllers, they just feel good. So I'm curious to see how they'll do the Switch 2 version of the GameCube controllers. Because that, I think it's going to be wireless. It's not going to be wired, it's going to be wireless. So having a wireless GameCube controller that is shaped like the original controller, it doesn't have the bottom part here, like how the Wavebird does. I don't think they're going to do like a Wavebird variant or anything. I think they'll stick to the indigo purple, indigo colored GameCube controller. But imagine if they ever do like a platinum edition, or even a black, or even a gold. I don't think I've even seen a gold GameCube controller. Adapter goes back. Alright, goes down there. Yeah, we'd love to see a gold version. But I think I'll just stick to whatever I currently have. And maybe third parties. I'm sure third party controllers would still work on the Switch too. I'll look to what 8-bit do would have to, would come out with. They do have like a GameCube adapter, and I have that set to one of the lists, I think Amazon list or something. Which I hear now is like kind of hard to find. But that's like one way to connect the GameCube controller wired through that adapter, and then have that dongle connect to wirelessly to the Switch dock. So that is the other way to get the GameCube controller to work on Switch. Bum, 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 bum. Oh wow, just gotta give some just now. Not sure how, why. It's one of those random gift subs for some reason. Oh my gosh. Just looking at some of their emotes now. Pretty big channel that's streaming some Marvel Rivals right now. Must be doing some sort of a subathon. It's like a subathon. That's the emote that I see. This is a Reptar from Rugrats. I'm gonna spam some of these here. Reptar! Look at that. That is supposed to animate, by the way. Mario Kart. Alrighty. Thanks for playing. Like how in the end you just have the Mario and Peach. 2003. So yeah, the game did come out in 2003, right? Looking at the back there. Yeah, it says 2003. Alright. I think we'll do a few more. And also the animation for the characters in this one is quite lively. Also, let me check the color filter for this. I added like a color filter for the GameCube stuff, or the GameCube capture, but not sure if they're the correct colors. I try to get it to look as close to how it should look. Let's see how it looks when I have it off. This is how it looks when it's off. On, off, on, off. But yeah, that's just how the capture looks. All right, let's go back in. Wait, was there? Let me try this. 4 players. Versus battle. Oh man, we don't get to see battle. Ooh, balloon battle, shine thief, then bomb blast. I like shine thief. This was a pretty fun one. I've had one of the most intense matches with my cousins using playing in shine thief. There you go. Well, at least like show some of the images. Okay. And of course, you need a second controller to play the second player. It's just how the menus look there. Grand Prix. Looks the same. Oh yeah, and L and R for the randomization. Let's go back to 1. Do. I guess we can try mirror mode. I believe it was mirror mode that we were trying to, me and my cousin tried to unlock or something. Or try to get through. Here, let's go with Mario and Peach. See how we do with this team here. The Birdo Karts. Not sure about this one here. I think we'll stick to the Mario Kart. Probably head to this one here, Star Cup. This one has a DK Mountain. Alright, let's see what Peach can do. Oh my gosh, controls for this. It's just the slippery ice. Oh boy. Man, I thought I cleared myself from that. Just gets a little slippery on the ice there. I like the breeze that shoots off from the sides there. Come on, you Warios. Yeah. Can't properly get a mushroom there. Those guys got one. Oh man. Let's try this one again. Chuggo. What if I go Baby Mario? Curious to see if that work well. I could probably try this card again, but I'm not sure about the turns for this card. And there's EJ. Welcome back. I think I might want to go for the Peach card here. Seems to have like good acceleration. Let's go with this one here. Kind of want to maybe fit in a couple more cups. Yeah, we were on the past 2.5 hours with Double Dash. I'm not sure what I'm not sure how it's worded, but I'm trying to make a saying or a impression of, you know, featuring this game here and you know, the GameCube, and seeing how, you know, there's a GameCube app that's arriving for Switch 2, and how, you know, the current Switch 2 launch has like Mario Kart bundle, and you know, this would be the Nintendo system that would bundle their system with a Mario Kart game. So that's just my little impression, my response to that is that, hey, Nintendo, remember this? Yeah. So this is what which is why we're hopping onto this today. Today just marks the day of the pre-order of the Switch 2. So it's just to celebrate, you know, celebrate the day. Man, I thought it was like holding a star, but it's just Peach's crown that looks like a star. The capture device that I'm using for this is not all that great looking, and the images don't come out looking clear or as clear as it, you know, once was on the older TVs, because older TVs would have like lower resolution and stuff, or maximized to, you know, a lower resolution. Yeah, we got fourth this time. Honestly, you don't honestly remember Double Dash. What console was it on again? Wow, I'm surprised you don't know this. You of all people, I'm surprised you don't know what console Double Dash is on. Well, there you go. There's my physical copy. You know what? I didn't get to show the manual and stuff. I guess we can go through the manual. Yeah. Well, obviously the game's already in the system. Here's the pamphlets, instructions booklet. So this came bundled with the system. Just since you just got here, I can just show the box again. The bundle box, because I feel like maybe younger folks might not be aware that they had done this before. You know, back in 2003, I don't know how long ago that was, 20-something years ago, 22 years ago, is the bundle that I got. Yeah, I haven't featured Double Dash since 2023 for its anniversary. Wow. Yeah, maybe that's why I brought the GameCube back just in time for like the 2003 release of Double Dash. Oh, I didn't get to input the Mario Kart playlist. Mario Kart. Here's a general command for YouTube side, or whichever side that is. That doesn't pop up. I'll probably do Double Dash. Double fast, Double Dash. I don't know if there's a playlist that will pop up for this one, but if not, oh wait. Okay, so there's like a episode there for Mario Kart Wii and stuff. Search channel and then double dash. Be another way. Oh, there we go. Archive streams of Mario Kart Double Dash GameCube set to this playlist. Audio Kart Double Dash. Let's see if this pops up for Twitch side. So there we go. So maybe I should pin this here. So that would pop up a playlist if I set that command. You can probably get it in view, and I'll just show that a little bit. Okay, there we are. So that link would pop up this browser. Currently live right now with this here. Apparently I featured this 4 times. More so in 2023, but I forgot to bring it back for 2024. So you can check out past plays. It's the first time I actually brought back the GameCube to feature for a stream. Mario Day 2023. We did a whole, we did a group drawing of Mario characters and stuff. Shortly after, I was a part of a community, gun host community. Just like shortly after, sort of the whole Animal Crossing thing, the pandemic. So it's like us coming back together and doing an art session in Draw Pile. So we did like a Mario themed one for Mario Day, and yeah, featured GameCube for the first time, and just showed that quick screenshot for a moment. So yeah, this was on Mario Day 2023, and then again in April, and then summertime, July, and then just hadn't brought it back to feature until 25. So this is today, 2025. So yeah, that's the playlist for that. So you want to look at it. But yeah, just showed this earlier. This is the GameCube Mario Kart double dash bonus set, not double set. But it just comes with, you know, the platinum GameCube and a copy of Double Dash with the box, inside the box. I think inside this box itself, I think I have the Wavebird, which is the wireless controller. Not sure I want to do an unbox or anything, but here's what it typically would look with just the Platinum Edition GameCube. These would be the ones that would be sold in stores and stuff. There would be, like, you know, the standard black, the indigo color. This is how the box art would look like. And then the platinum version of it would just have this plate in the corner there. It says limited edition platinum. And I'm a big sucker for, you know, silver and white electronics. So, you know, this being one of them. So the Mario Kart bundle would have that slide out sleeve, and so I had to remove that. There's another spot here that you can see more of the plate there. I'm not sure if the proper way to unbox this. Let's see. I haven't opened this up in like so many years. I think I have my Wavebird controller in there. Let's check the inside. Got some accessories in there. I keep the boxes. As mentioned earlier, I still have my NCT4 box. My NCT4 being over there on that side. It's over there. Controls there, but it's kind of hard to maneuver this camera around. So the Wavebird actually would come packed with AA batteries. This is how the normal gray one would look like, and this is the Wavebird. Kind of tough to get in some regions, as I've seen. So whenever I bring this out and like people are surprised, and they're like, "You have a Wavebird, and you have two?" Those were impossible to get. But yeah, I bought this way back when it was still available, like widely available. I don't know how others are, they just have a hard time finding it. Maybe it's like by the time that people even care to get one, that's when it's becomes tough to find. But I already knew of its existence. Just gotta find the place to find it. Yeah, some pamphlets there. You still have all that. Here, there's Super. 2001. I think that's the year of the GameCube's release. Let's put this back in. I'm just gonna move it out of the way. But yeah, Wavebird. Not many people own one of these, or even care to. When, like, by the time it was like out of production, that's when people started caring. Like, couldn't you have gotten it when it was still in production? Like long past the Wii era, long past the Wii U era, and into the Switch era. That's when people started caring. Like, what the heck? And then they all get mad for no reason that Nintendo no longer produces it. And we're like 2 generations after, 2 or 3 generations after the GameCube. Like, people just get mad for no reason. I don't know how I can put this back in. Another piece of accessory here. I think this is supposed to be for the Nyko memory card, which is currently in the GameCube running. 35 times the save capacity of the regular GameCube memory card. They used to call it memory pack for the 64. I think GameCube Up, they started calling it cards because it's more in the shape of cards than like, packs. If I bring up my SD4 controller, in comparison, this is the gold version N64 controller, packed with GameCube. Oh no, with a GoldenEye. Both words start with G. It's hard to speak. But this is the memory pack that would come with the controller. You can also buy these separately too. Back in the day, they call it controller pack. Controller pack and not memory card or memory pack. I think there's third-party versions of these memory things that they would call it memory pack. And I have one third-party product that would combine both memory card and a rumble pack, so you don't have to remove one or the other to use. Because that other one, which I've shown before when I would play like 007 GoldenEye, or some of the past like N64 games, when I brought that back, I was showcasing some of the accessories that I have, and some that I haven't even opened up like at all. Through all the years that I've owned it, I never found any reason to even use it until that one night, So this is like long past, well into like the Switch era, and then I finally got to demonstrate it, see how it works and stuff. Plug in batteries for the rumble pack, but back in the day, we would have to remove this thing, the controller pack, to plug in the rumble pack for the controller, so you can get the rumble experience with Star Fox 64 and stuff, and Zelda. So whenever you roll, whenever you use Link to roll into a wall, you can feel the rumble when he lands into the wall and stuff, or the tree. And then you swap back to the controller pack to save the game, and then your progress gets saved on there. GoldenEye, Mario Kart, whatever. Save all your ghosts, your time trial ghosts, and all that. But we'll save that for another day. Got a lot of stuff on the desk right now. It's just hard to manage all of it. Do I have Nintendo video game lair room holding all your stuff? Yeah, possibly more than one room. Other than the room that I'm in right now, that's my room, but there's another room that I have like storage. I would store a lot of the old stuff, the N64, all of the accessories and the games would be in a box, standalone box, and I would have to like bring them back up and down to, you know, whatever game that I feel like I want to feature for that night. You know, there's a lot of moving stuff around, and there's just not enough room, I guess, in a single room. So I have to take up like 2 rooms just to store all that stuff. And it's not just video games, it's movies, there's music, and I've showcased some of that. I brought back some magazines. I still have a stack of magazines over there. I don't know if you caught any of those streams, but they're all archived to YouTube if you want to check those out. Some game magazines from my past. We went over those a few nights ago, and yeah, just checking out the memories of the past, and looking through those magazines again after so many years. You know, it just spawns some memories of those days when I would go to the stores and pick up those magazines with my own money, and yeah, on a monthly basis, just collecting those magazines, and I still have a stack of those in boxes. So there's Nintendo Power. I haven't even showed my Nintendo Power collection yet. I've got Nintendo Force. I showed a bit of that. I didn't get to go through any of the pages or anything. Just showed the stacks of them. But when we went through in America, I was thinking to bring back some America stuff to go through, because we hadn't finished going through those yet. Frankly, I don't know if anyone even cares to even see them. But I don't know. It's just for me to document, because I don't think I ever put it on video or anything. But they're just part of my past, you know. It's part of my DNA. It's part of my past, and I just want to show them to the world, you know. And whoever else it matters to, then I guess it's up to them to find it. I feel like it's just a different generation nowadays, that when they see this kind of stuff, it's like they're surprised by it, that they never see it before, you know. And that's the thing. I feel like there's not a lot of people out there who has like the magazines that I have, you know, that I showed. I even have like old KB Toys sales ads, and not a lot of people would keep those things. And after all these years, I still have those ads that I showed. So when they announced the Switch price, that was the night that I brought out those ads to show the game prices, the console prices at the time of the PS1 and the N64 when they both launched. You know, the Dreamcast, the Sega Saturns. You know, there was an era way back when in the 90s when the prices were more, you know, they were kind of high, but like they were also pretty normal prices, you know. So when we see the Switch 2 now, seeing that it's priced at like $500, or you know, sub $400 to $500, and then we went back to looking at those prices of the old days, you know, comparing those prices from then to now, you know, how do we feel? You know, that's like the questions that we ask ourselves. So it's like, I don't know, it's neat to go back in time to view those things, and then fast forward to now and seeing how we have to deal with it, you know. Try and put this box back in real quick. Yeah, New Type. Yep, New Type USA was another one. I would have in America, and yeah, I would mention about New Type, but I don't think I've ever owned New Type. I would see it in stores at Suncoast Video, but it's never bought an issue. But I would always pick up like in America every month, at least until, you know, until they close down, I guess. But yeah, I really miss Suncoast Video. That was like my favorite, one of my favorite stores to go to whenever I visit the mall. Always stop by there. It's where I find out about, you know, new movies, new horror movies from like the Asian region, then I will check out the anime section on the other side. Oh, I didn't get to show the backside of this. So there's Mario Kart Double Dash. These are some of the exclusives, console exclusives. Mario Party 5, I guess, was on its way at the time, or was probably Wind Waker, Star Fox Adventures, Super Mario Sunshine in the corner there, Metroid Prime, Pokemon Coliseum, which I think I have. Yeah, I think I have that. I have both Pokemon Coliseum and the XD, and I've never featured them on stream. I do have them though, physical copies. I know there's I think nowadays they're highly sought after for some reason. No idea. I think they're just like hard to find or something, or maybe the popularity of Pokemon has caused the rises the price for some of these games, and Nintendo has no intention to put these out in either a remake or re-release. But I think now with the GameCube app arriving to Switch 2, and we saw that what Coliseum or XD, either one of them is arriving to the GameCube app, which is quite nice. But yeah, I still have the physical original copies of those. Crystal Chronicles, I feel like would benefit with the online play, because it was online for the GameCube. And same thing with the Phantasy Star Online. I think it was part 1. Yeah, Phantasy Star Online. I forgot if there's any additional titles for that entry for GameCube. I think would be great to have online. So both Phantasy Star Online and then Crystal Chronicles Final Fantasy would be awesome to add to the GameCube app. I think I would spend a whole lot of time on that, because I never got to play either one of those for GameCube, and I think specifically I want to play Crystal Chronicles someday. Smash Brothers Melee, imagine this with online play for the Switch 2 GameCube app. I know that we're getting F-Zero GX, one of the first titles going to launch for the system. Once they put out the GameCube app for the Switch 2, I think it's going to be pretty big, pretty fun one. I never got to play this one, GX. Never owned it. Frankly, I did not know anyone that owned Star Fox or F-Zero GX. But it would be interesting to see that one. Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Some of these games have seen remasters and re-releases for Switch and other consoles, but I think Twin Snakes is definitely one of them, I think. Oh, or was. I don't remember. This one or Metal Gear Solid 3 or something, I don't know. What else was it? I think Crystal Chronicles, I think it was the Phantasy Star Online, I think what might have been in the one. Either that one or Crystal Chronicles that might have seen a re-release. I forget which one it was. Resident Evil 4. I'm not sure if that's gonna see re-released for GameCube app though, since it's already been released so many times with the recent remake. WWE, Spider-Man 2, Sonic Heroes, Harry Potter and Prisoners of Azkaban, James Bond, 007, Everything or Nothing. Interesting. Not sure we'll see that again though. Soul Calibur 2 was a big one. Also featured in the reveal of the GameCube app. And with online play, it's gonna be a big one, especially for folks who are into fighting games, or the fighting game. How do you call it? The FGC. How do you call it? FGC audience, or what's another term they call that thing? Demographic, yeah. So the fighting game genre demographic would love Soul Calibur 2 for GameCube. So I think that could be a system seller or partial system seller just for the GameCube stuff. I think it's gonna be a big one, big addition. But then I guess I don't know, with Melee and Soul Calibur 2, there's not many other fighting games on GameCube. There's a lot of other variety. Oh my gosh, I can't even say it right now. Variety. But I don't know. when it comes to fighting games, there's a few here and there, but not a lot, you know. Like say on PS2, there would be like the Capcom fighters. Like there's not even a Mega Man collection in this, so, or at least on the back cover here. I'm not sure if it existed yet at the time. Oh, also this is the model number here, DOL and then SM005. So Dolphin, whatever the SM stands for, and then 005 bundle would be the model number for this. I don't know what model number the actual GameCube one that I have there would have underneath, but I know it's not the one that has the network adapter at the end, because I know it would be back there, and I don't recall it being back there. Oh, here's the other side of the slip case, or how do you call this thing? Bowser with a bomb, and the Bowser Jr. there with more bombs. That would be the ones that would toss them, I think. Either that or the Waluigi team. There we go. We've already seen the back. Close look at the screenshots again. Chain chops, bananas. Oh, that's the big giant banana that you can toss. Battle mode has like split screen. That's like that block course, I forgot what it's called. I just want to show that. Let's put this back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like put everything back in place after this. Again, I have to like swap things around back and forth, because I would do like different games each day. Sometimes I would keep them on the desk for a while. That is if I plan to do like a Switch game or maybe a PC game or something, depending on which platform. But yeah. Oh, wait. Alright. Also wanted to mention that Mario Kart World doesn't include the option of being able to switch between your items like double dash. Yeah, I noticed that too. There's something that I wanted them to add for a long while. Like even during like the 8 Deluxe, I would mention from time to time, where wouldn't it be nice to be able to switch items, you know, like how we do in Double Dash. There's the other kart racers that would do that, you know, Kart Rider Drift. If any other folks had played it, it's a Korean game. It's a Korean-made game. Kart Rider series, way back in the MySpace days, there would be this Kart Rider game that's kind of similar to Mario Kart, except you can play it on PC. And they closed down the servers for the most recent one called Kart Rider Drift. You can find it on Steam. So they separate the servers from Korean players, so we can't play with like international. We can only play within like the Americas region, but now they completely shut down the American servers, so rip that game. I'm not sure we can actually play offline at all. I haven't booted up the game for a long while though, but I featured it a few times in the past whenever they have like a new update and stuff. But anyways, that game, Kart Rider Drift, would have the ability to swap two items back and forth, which is quite nice. It's a nice quality of life change, but for them to not bring that feature to the next Mario Kart is just they're catering to the casual players, pretty much. And I don't know what to say about that, other than it's a disappointment. I think moving forward, it's going to be tough to expect more advanced mechanics. But then again, like I guess like they do add other mechanics like the grinding. I think I'm excited for the grinding stuff. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that plays out, and yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like much to be expected after that, you know. But I don't know, it's just the way to design it is not It's not a surprise anymore, you know? Like, it's not a surprise anymore. Oh, I'm about to fall out there. Whoa, I thought I still had the star. This iteration is just okay. I love the course designs. They're big, you know, big and lively. Animation for the characters are lively, but gameplay wise, it was a neat idea to test the two racers on a kart idea, but the one major thing is that you cannot jump, and I still stand by that. It's like, you have to be able to jump in a Mario game. You just gotta, you know? Mario would not be Mario without the jump. And that's the only downside, I think, for this iteration. And as years pass by, as more time passed by, like, I still feel strongly about that. It's like, man, the ability to not be able to jump. Before, back in the day, when this was like the latest Mario Kart, so if you can try to imagine it, imagine an age where we did not have Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart DS. It was just the 3 games: Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, and Double Dash on the GameCube, and this one being the latest one. And even then, like, having 2 characters but then like not being able to jump is like still feels staggering. Like, you still feel like you're limited in some way, but then like in another way where like you have like 2 items to use, and then you have to swap your characters, you know, and then you have the ability to choose the kart that you want to use. I'll restart this one again, because just like not doing well when I'm like talking about like other topics and stuff. Start again. I'll probably go for like maybe one more cup though, but I'm not sure if I want to. Yeah, I'll just take it easy and just do 50cc for now. Oh, I don't know if I want to choose that cart, but okay. Which one was it in? I think it might have been this one here. Yeah, not often we get to feature this game, but yeah, seems like it's a once in a while thing. So if folks can see it, this is the time to see it, time to witness it. Hey there, Josh. Josh, I thought you were gonna be streaming tonight. See, even Peach is saying, "Aha!" Like she's acknowledging it. Look at that. Peach is like, "Aha!" Yeah, Josh. Aha! Also, I assume that you've got your pre-order down. I think it's a good day for folks who are excited to get the Switch 2. I don't know where I'm going here. This is mirror mode, so I'm just kind of lost a bit. Oh, you push it to the weekend? Okay. You forgot? How did you forget? How did you forget that you're gonna set a stream tonight? And I was just scrolling through the Discord messages, and I just saw you posting it. It's like, are you sure, Josh? Are you sure you're gonna go to live tonight? Ah, look at Peachy's even. Peachy's like, ah. Oh boy. But yeah, I got my pre-order at GameStop. Posted some images over the to the server and stuff. But yeah, I went the old-fashioned way of not, I'd rather not do it online because, like, apparently there was a guy that lined up just after me, and he was telling me about like, oh, they're like bots. People actually use bots to kick people out of the virtual line. So if folks were using were trying to get a pre-order at Walmart, the Walmart website, and continuously getting kicked to the back of the line, that is because someone is using a bot to cash that pre-order. So basically just stealing their place in the virtual line and then kicking that next person to the back of the line. So yeah, a lot of craziness happening in the online. Well, I didn't realize I was in first. Lots of craziness going on, lots of chaos during that process, you know? So, which is why I want to avoid that and just do it in person, you know? Do the old-fashioned way, go in person, and then pre-order it the old-fashioned way. Like how we used to do it, you know? Or at least, you know, picking up a console, line up in line, you know? But, it went smoothly for me, so. But I just hear like how, like even during, like around midnight last night, like I was still live and browsing some of the websites. I saw some of the websites still were, like they were available. Like I could have clicked on it and you know, pre-order it then and there through the website and stuff. But I heard others were having a really tough time trying to, you know, get their pre-order in and checking out. Even the latest video from Kit and Krista, like they were having a tough time trying to get it. Especially Krista, she was like, she was pretty furious in that video. And yeah, I feel like the way of ordering it online is just, I don't know. It's best to just avoid it all and just, you know, do it the actual way. Do it the old way, because there's bound to be like people that would be using bots to try and grab it, and then afterwards they'll flip it, you know. There's a lot of that going on. I feel like that is the most common way that people would do is to do it online, you know. We've already gone past like the days of like, you know, online shopping and stuff, but like there's less and less people that are shopping in person the old-fashioned way. So, which is why I feel like, you know, going in person is a great alternate way. And the sooner the better, because like once people catch on, once they realize they can't do it online, then they go in person, you know. So I don't know. I think you gotta think ahead of. You gotta be smart and think ahead of what the general audience would do, you know. And that's why, you know, I chose to go in person instead. But there are some places that are just like really popular in person. That's why you want to, again, think smart about it and go to a location where there's less people. So I went to a much less popular GameStop rather than the one that's like, you know, more popular and stuff like that. You gotta think ahead. Think one step ahead, maybe 2 steps ahead for the Switch 2. All the 2s. I don't know why I went for that one. I saw it from a distance, I thought it was gonna be a normal item. And again, like, fake blocks, when are they gonna bring back fake blocks, right? The fake item blocks? Not in Mario Kart World, apparently. Because they want to keep the balance, right? The quote-unquote balance of the game. Keep the casuals happy. Let's go this way here. Oh yeah, that's why you wanted to get a mushroom, because, you know, you can go slow in this part here. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how they don't bring back the fake item block anymore. Like I had the same issue back when 8 came out for the Wii U. And this one you can't hold the items back. It shoots it automatically, you can't like hold it back. Well, not automatic, but you know, it just shoots it directly out. But you cannot strategically hold it back like before. That's a funny shot. Oh yeah, I think I decreased the speed to 50cc instead. Not as speedy now. mushroom. The heck was that? Oh, we can't look back in this one either. Yeah, there were only like 20 people, I think. Less than 20 people when I got there. So I was there like an hour and a half. Oh no, I was there like an hour before. Wait, no, I take that back. It was the store would open at noon. I initially thought it was gonna be at 11, but apparently it was at noon that they would open. So I was like 2 hours early. So I start going there. I think I got there around like 10:15 ish. More like 10:13, but 10:15 I'll just say. And then it took like another hour. It's an hour of wait until I finally got it, until I got into the store, because they were starting to let people in individually, one after, one customer at a time, for the bundle. And this is like before the store usually would open, so this is like before noon. But they were already, like, by the time I got there, they were already letting people in one by one, so that way it would, it wouldn't cause too much of a wait or too much of a line. It was just like under 20 people, and then yeah, we would just let in one by one. So I only have to wait like an hour or something like that, and then I got mine roughly around like 11:30ish. So yeah, just about like an hour and a few minutes, and then yeah, I got mine. Then I swung by Target, which is like right next door, so it's like within the same plaza, and I was checking out their electronics section and seeing where they have like any Switch 2 stuff, and there was like barely anyone there. There was like no one else there at the electronics, so I assume they already did their stuff, because they opened up a lot sooner, like around 8 a.m. But that store was like clear. But I saw some other like merch and stuff. Saw like a Piranha lantern or lamp. I mean, and then there was like an NES lamp. It's a pretty cool looking lamp. I kind of want to get one of those. It's like a desk lamp. Hey, there's Zoe. But yeah, it was a good day. It was pretty warm, 70 degrees. I think by the time I got back, I was like really tired already. Get the Pro Controller and the camera. Yeah. I kind of want to get the accessories, but I think I just went for just the bundle itself for now. Just all I can afford at the moment. But I think Pro Controller, I could probably pass on the Pro Controller. It's funny how they have a pre-order on that, because they may not. It seems like they might not have enough inventory for that controller. Camera, I can probably wait on that. I think I'll just use like something alternative. Not really required or necessary. It'll be fun to maybe try it out, but I don't know. I think if anything, they should just bundle that with the system. Yeah, I feel like it's better if they just bundle it with the system. Seeing that the Wii U was capable, which had a built-in camera. But we can also use like third-party camera. So yeah, Peach is just like, aha. She agrees. Yeah, you can connect your existing cameras. It's like webcam, whatever. As long as it connects to, as long as you have like an adapter to connect like a Type A to a Type C, and they should be able to connect that to your Switch 2. It should be able to pick up and use as a, an accessory. Oh, I should have gone to the waterfalls there. Yeah, it's been a couple years since I last featured this. Maybe even more. I think 2023. Summer 2023 was the last time I featured this. So now fast forward to 2025. Here we are. Of course, other games in between. I think we did Mario Kart Wii just last week, and I think next in line I kind of want to get DS back in. Let's go check out some of the courses and stuff. We'll probably just go in like random order. What am I doing? Glance away at the chat a little bit. Then just drive off-road into the wall. Whoa! Thundershock. Oh, you plan to do it locally? Nice. It's a pretty nifty camera. I like that, you know, it's able to track multiple faces. And then, like, you know, displaying that on screen. Curious to see how the quality is going to be like, quality-wise. And curious to see how well it, you know, works in dark or low light setting. If it even tracks at all. Because seeing how the camera works in the Wii U, I still remember how, you know, I would use it one time for video call. The Wii U video call, or how do you call it? The Wii U video chat, or however the app was called on the Wii U. I only got to use it once, and my friend was like laughing, chuckling away about how that app looked like. It would just display these bubbles and special effects transitions right as you like make the call or accept the call, and then right as you exit out of the call, there'll be like this like sort of dreamy look, and it's just like it just throws everyone's off. But yeah, I only got to use that once. I feel like there's just not enough people that use that feature, because the weird thing about that was just like it only works within the app, like individual app only, and not like on the side. Like I don't think that the Wii U was even capable or powerful enough to even run it that way. Would be awesome if they did. That mean that would made it so that, you know, it would be more convenient for folks to, you know, play games with their friends and then like have that set as like a voice chat, no matter what game they're playing. You know, if it was a little more like how Switch does it, where they can suspend, maybe not suspend, but like have it separate from the game itself, and then have voice chat while they're booting up a game, you know? Like that would be nice. That would have been nice if they had, you know, with a more powerful, capable system to do that. Because even at that time, Xbox was already capable, you know? PlayStation, I think, was already capable. But just because that video chat was its own separate app, and you can only do that, you know, one at a time, you know, it was just overlooked. And even to this day, when going back to, you know, seeing some of the features that the Wii U could do, I think a lot of people have forgotten that you can do video chat on that, because they closed down the service a few years after, because no one was using that feature. Same thing with like TV tag or Nintendo TV. People were not aware of that feature. I was using that feature like almost all the time up until they closed down, because TV tag was the main service that they used. They partnered up with TV tag. So until TV tag closed down, that's when Nintendo TV closed down. So I was happy that I got to participate in a few contests. There was a few contests just for using that service. And as long as you post to Miiverse while using Nintendo TV, you get a chance to win a few things that they were offering out, like a sweater, like a Nintendo TV themed sweater or something like that, or gloves. And I think I won a copy of Switch Sports, or Wii Sports, not Switch Sports, Wii Sports, how it was called on the Wii U. Wii Sports, my gosh, what's it called? The remake of Wii Sports. So they gave me a digital copy of that, to add to the Wii U. So, and to this day, I haven't even booted up. So maybe one of these days I'll boot it up. Then I'll get to see how terrible it is. But it had online play, so. Wii Sports Club, that's the one. I'm trying to think of that last word, or how they call it. Yeah, oh, we can draw on each other. That's another thing, too. Like, that was, I don't know. It was an underutilized feature that, you know, it's just sad to see it go, you know? And I feel like with the new Switch 2, you know, they could revitalize that idea again. What they wanted to do, but couldn't do on the Wii U. Ooh, ooh. so many ooh sounds. Oh my gosh, you can actually see. I can't believe that they allowed us to see Peach like that in this iteration. I don't remember if we actually, if we can even see that animation in the Wii version. I don't often get to use Peach, but now it's like. Now the curiosity is peaking. Donkey. Oh, it says Donkey Cannon right there. Wait, is this supposed to say DK Cannon? I think they shortened it to DK Cannon in the Wii version when they brought it over to the Wii. Look at Peach. Peach holding a banana, and she's having a ride of her life. I like how her hair is like flopping. That's pretty cool. Hair physics. Look at that in the Mario Kart. Hair physics. Mario time. Oh. Oh, Mario just let go of the banana. Man, the animations for these. Wait, what's it say? Yeah, it says Donkey Cannon, not DK Cannon. So I think they renamed it to DK Cannon in the Wii version, and then they removed it completely in the 8 Deluxe version. I forgot what they call it in the 8 Deluxe version. And then they would add a nest to the top of the mountain there. Keep forgetting that the L button is not what I think it would do. My gosh, bananas. Bonanza. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba dum bum. Ba 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 bum. Go. Hello, Zoe. Do I play more games? Yeah, of course. Got a lot of games here, Ben. Stick around and find out. Check out the YouTube or something. Check the archives over here. But I think I might just end it here, around the you know, after the ceremony and stuff. Like I have covered enough. And it's getting kind of late, so I want to catch up on sleep and stuff. But who needs sleep when a Switch 2 is on the horizon, right? There's the Wavebird again, just in case folks haven't seen it. This is the wireless version of the controller. I like the Wavebird. The only thing missing is the rumble. But sometimes you kind of want to. Actually, you know what? If only they make controllers where you can toggle the rumble on and off. Like have a button that you can toggle the rumble. Like how you can toggle the on and off here. But yeah, imagine that. Why am I still set to on? Imagine if they design a controller that has an on-off button for the rumble. I guess you can do it software within the game itself, but I don't know. Might be a little more convenient to have it on. A physical button to turn it off and on. But I feel like that might just pave way for more issues. So imagine just like having the button to turn on the rumble, but then like it wouldn't enable the rumble or something. So that could be an issue. So maybe having it enabled at all times and then adjusting it through the software menu would be the way, I guess. I don't know. You could definitely see issues when it comes to like hardware toggles. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's a good session of Double Dash. Let me see if I can bring up the playlist for this again. Mario Kart Double Dash. Double Dash. So this command over on YouTube chats and Twitch has already seen it. But archive streams of Double Dash will be set to that playlist there. I'll paste this over to some of the other places there that the commands don't seem to pop up at. Twitch, YouTube, DLive, Trovo, Kick, Beam, Noise, and Soop. Be some of the other places. Not sure if I have some of the other chats open right now. Try to find. Gosh, where is it? Here it is. There we go. Yeah, so again, not often do we get to feature Double Dash. I think the last time we featured it was back in 2023. So enjoy while you can. Maybe someday, maybe next month, maybe another month or two, we'll probably come back to this and play a little more. But yeah, I think after doing all the cups, there's really not much else. It's a pretty short game. But it's even better once they add the online. So looking forward to the GameCube app for the Switch 2. I think once they put out Double Dash, I think it's gonna be. I think all hell would break loose. I think once they put it on the Switch 2. So we shall see. All right, let's go back to main menu. All right. Thanks all for joining. Thanks for listening to the rants, all things Mario Kart and Switch 2 and pretty much Nintendo related in general. I think we've covered a whole lot, I think tonight, a whole lot of topics, past memories and all that. But yeah, tomorrow's another day. I'm not sure what I'll have for tomorrow though, but we'll see. So I'm going to take off for now. Have yourselves a wonderful night and or day. I'll see you in the next one. Later.
See you next time!